Good day, mortals! My name is Mika, and today I am doing another end of the year haul video. So in this video, I'll be showing you everything that I bought in the year 2021 that relates to my channel, except for the things that I already made a video for. And if you're interested in this hat and collar set, I will be selling it very soon in my store called Fairycore Fashion. Okay, so most of the stuff that I bought last year, I actually used for Sprout, and it's all connected to my belt for Sprout, so I'm just gonna kind of go along the belt and show you guys everything that I bought. So the first item is this giant gourd. It did not come with this acorn little hat there. I'll show that off in just a second, but here's the gourd. It did not come painted. I did paint this myself. I specifically wanted a plain one so that I could paint it myself and make it all Sprout themed. And I wanted a big one so I can have a lot of water in it. This comes from the Gourd shop at the Texas Renaissance Festival. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the name of this store, but it's the only Gourd shop at the Texas Renaissance Festival. And previously I was using this one. This is the gourd I used last year, but I wanted one that was going to be a bit bigger, and this one came with a bunch of like beachy themed etchings on it. And it's really cute, but I just wanted one that was going to be a little bit more Sprout specific, and I wanted it to be bigger, so that's why I got this one. And it came with this really awkward nipple looking thing at the bottom here, so I ended up painting it like a little seed sprouting out of the ground there. And this gourd was, I think, $85. It also came a lot shinier, but I ended up painting over it with this matte Mod Podge so that it wasn't so shiny because I didn't want it to look super shiny. There's that, and I just kind of attached it to my belt with this mossy vine that I got from Hobby Lobby. Moving on, let's go over this little acorn like cup hat. So this is actually meant to go over like a small mug. It was made by the Tiered Tray shop on Etsy for $21, and it comes with, or it doesn't come with, but it has like a cup. The store has a cup that this is meant to fit over, but I really just wanted the cute little acorn topper piece here. So what I ended up doing was I just hot glued the cork that came with this gourd, and so now I just stick the cork in like this, and now it's a little acorn hat for my gourd. And this acorn was, I think, $21. All right, moving on, let's go over this little leaf pouch here. It did not come with this Tippers Go to Heaven little pin here, but so this comes from Fairy Tales by Deanna on Etsy, and she has a very kind of Tinkerbell themed shop, and it actually came with this super long like twine strap, but I cut that off because I knew I wanted it to go on my belt, so I ended up just attaching a clip to it and then putting the clip on my belt. And it did come with a different tie than this. I don't remember if it came off or I just wanted to replace it, but I replaced it with this like yellow leather strip here. And this is my bean pouch. I keep all my magic beans in here. And I just love this leafy fabric pattern. This is probably the fabric that you can get. I think it's called an Angel Secret or something like that. Angel something. But it's like the coolest fabric ever, and it was super soft. It's not as soft anymore because I use it regularly at the festival, although I can probably just wash it and then be soft again, but there's that. Next, right next to my gourd, I have this little seed guy right here. I have named him Seedish. This was made by Castle Keep Crafts on Etsy, and they're actually local to the Ohio area, and this little guy was $32. And he's just a little seed. He comes with these little leaves on the side and this little sprout here at the top. Now the like felt right here started coming out, and this brown like fuzzy wire is exposed now. It was not like that when I first got it. I think they should use a green fuzzy wire because it's happening to both of them now. But I imagine this happened just because it gets a lot of love being worn at the festival. So but yeah, he's just like my cute little seed guy companion here that I keep on my belt just for the kids to play with. Next is this relatively large leaf bag here. It's made out of rubber, and it was made by a store called 𝔖𝔥𝐬𝐩𝐩𝐸 on Etsy. It is an Asian country, I believe. And this was, I think, $62 after shipping and all that. And this one did come with a long strap also. But I attached, I don't know if you can see that, but I attached like leather strips here and riveted it together so that it is a belt pouch. But this bag, I think it's supposed to be like a thing that people do in their culture where they keep food wrapped in like banana leaves. So that's what that's supposed to be, but it's super realistic looking. It's not as realistic looking up close. There's a bunch of like little like dots, like almost like little warts from the rubber, but it's still like super awesome and it holds a lot of stuff. So here's the zipper over here, and you just undo it like that, and it can hold a pretty decent amount of stuff. While I'm here, I'll just go ahead and show off the next item, which is this little sprout pin that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I actually have a lot of these now. I can't find any more sprout pins. The store that sells them is not selling them anymore, but I have a bunch of like flowers and like grass beads. I think I have a grass one in here. There's a grass piece. These pins come from all over the place, but this pin in particular came from a store called To My Dear Diary on Etsy. I think this was $4.50 for just this one, which is pretty expensive. They're usually a little bit cheaper than that, but I really wanted the Sprout specific one because I play Sprout. So I'll get more of these as soon as I can, but as of right now, I can't find any more that are on the market. So yeah, there's that. I'm obsessed with it. And here's where the pin opens here. We got this little decent pin. Actually, that just broke off. It's supposed to look like this. There we go. And sometimes I write with it at the festival. Like sometimes I like to build little fairy houses, and I'll have like a little leaf sign next to it, and I'll put my Sprout name on there. But sometimes if people ask for like business information, I'll just grab this and like write it down for them. But usually they just like pull out their phone and ask me to type it in for them. So, but there's that. And then I think this is the last thing that I have that's in my belt area. I actually keep it inside a pouch, but this is a grass infant spoon and fork. I got it on Amazon from a store called Ola Baby. This was actually really expensive. It was $17. But I mean, look at it. It's little blades of grass made into a spoon and a fork. These aren't actually the main utensils I use when I eat. I usually just use like a generic wooden spoon. But I like that these are small enough to fit in my pouch, and yeah, sometimes I use them at the festival, and I just think they're super cute, and they're pretty flexible. The fork's not as flexible, but there's a spoon bending. But yeah, there's that. All right, moving on to items that are not a part of my belt. This is actually my leaf shirt that I wear for Sprout. It is a kind of generic brown leaf shirt, and I am super obsessed with this shirt. I think I will probably buy more of them, mostly just because it's kind of falling apart, not gonna lie. The stitching on here is really not great. And plus this is one of my, not under layers, but this is one of the layers of garb that I have to wash the most. It's like the first layer that I wear right over my bodysuit, so it attracts a lot of sweat, and so I have to wash it a lot. But it's super cute, super comfy. It was made by Build Beautiful on Etsy, and it was $39. It actually came with a hood and an open back that had this like lace-up situation. But I cut off the hood and I just cut off all the back stuff and sewed it together like the front. And it was a little big, so I could afford to do that. Just made it smaller so that it would fit me better. I kind of want to actually paint this if I can, because it's such a dark, plain brown color. I kind of want to go over it with just some like lighter brown variations, but I'm kind of scared to do that because I do have to wash this so much that washing it might kind of rub some of the paint off, and when it comes to dyeing, I think this is already too dark of a brown color to dye it. I kind of want to replace it with a brown shirt from Leafy Creations that she hasn't made yet, but for now this is what I've got. I might buy another one just to have some backups, especially for under layers. It's really good to have backups, but yeah, there's that. Next is this really adorable fairy shirt. Now you may or may not have seen this before because it is a very like commercialized shirt. A lot of places sell it, and I think I bought this one at Amazon probably because it was the cheapest place I could find it. The store that was selling it was the Mountain Store for $22, and it's super cute. The print on the front is holding up very well. I've worn it quite a few times and washed it and all that, and the print is still holding up really well. So it's a very good quality shirt. Here's what the back looks like. I love this like kind of tie-dye effect that it has. But there's that. I like to wear this for my events that is not really socially acceptable to be wearing a full-blown costume. Next, I have this 𝔬𝔬 skirt. 𝔬𝔬 has their own website. I think they use Shopify. 𝔬𝔬 is also a Renaissance Festival store. I know they sell at least at the Texas Renaissance Festival. And I don't feel like wearing this for you guys right now, but I will probably insert a picture of basically what it looks like. It's been sitting in my drawers for a long time, so it's kind of all wrinkly and stuff now, but it is a fairy skirt and it's really cute when it's not super wrinkly. This was $40, and 𝔬𝔬 makes really high quality stuff and they're not terribly expensive. Yeah, they make Renfest garb and I definitely recommend them. And then the last item I have to show you guys today is this tree stump storage bin. I usually use this when I go to Renaissance Festival. I usually put my compressor and airbrush guns and all that in here. I believe I got this on Amazon from a store called 𝔖𝔮𝐬𝐩𝐩𝐸 for $30, and it's pretty cool. Here's what it looks like on the inside. It's a little bit dirty because, you know, I use it for Renfest. But you kind of gotta assemble it. So at first when you get it, it's really like boxy shaped. But then you put these like circular frames in there and then it gives it that circular shape. Here's the lid. You just kind of sit in place right here. It has this little lip here that you can easily take it on and off. But yeah, everything that I use for sprouts, even if it's not going to be shown by the general public, I try to make it as fairy-esque as possible. So yeah, that's why I got this, because you know, the more fairy related stuff I have, the happier I am. So and this is like a fabric, what do you even call that, cover? So there's that. And yeah, that is everything that I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I try to make one every year and I usually don't do it on time, so expect to find these videos in the middle of the year. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and I really hope to see you in the next video.